Hey everyone, Zach here, back again for the first time with another message from LETR-Z. That's lies exposed, truth revealed in the last days. Because the God we serve is the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, the Aleph and the Taw, the A to the Z. And we are living in the Z. All glory to the Most High. I'm going to be going over warnings from our Messiah and exposing tactics of the enemy today. This will not be an exhaustive explanation, as that is rather impossible to sum up in a single video. However, I will be explaining the significance and importance of being awake and aware, and will back it up with scripture. I will be largely reading from the Scriptures Bible, so some words may seem foreign, but I'll do my best to explain translations and meanings. Let's jump in. Revelation 12 and 9. And the great dragon was thrown out, that serpent of old, called the devil and Satan, who leads all the world astray. He was thrown to the earth, and his messengers were thrown out with him. Messengers being angels, the fallen angels that rebelled with him. He is the deceiver of the entire earth. 1 Peter 5 and 8. Be sober, watch, because your adversary the devil walks about like a roaring lion, seeking someone to devour. Matthew 10:16. See, I send you out as sheep in the midst of wolves. Therefore be wise as serpents and innocent as doves. Having an understanding of the enemy's ploys and tricks and schemes and how he operates is not placing focus on him to the point of being afraid, but it is being prepared and capable to stand in full opposition. Wolves prey on the weak. They prey on the feeble, those who are not paying attention, are able to fend for themselves. They prey on the young, the innocent, the elderly, and the injured. It is our duty to protect those who can't protect themselves. Matthew 7:15. But be aware of the false prophets, who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are savage wolves. They will pretend to be good, on your side, insistent on helping, but have a deeper intentions to dilute and defile the goodness that surrounds your life. They are a blight, a shadow, a tornado of chaos, masquerading behind a smile and a handshake. James 2:19. If you believe that Elohim is one, you do well. The demons also believe and shudder. It is not just acceptable to believe he exists, but to have a healthy fear of the Most High. Proverbs 2:5-6. Then you would understand the fear of Yahuwah and find the knowledge of Elohim. For Yahuwah gives wisdom. Out of his mouth come knowledge and understanding. Proverbs 9:10. The fear of Yahuwah is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the set-apart one is understanding. Luke 12:4-5. But I say to you, my friends, do not be afraid of those who kill the body, and after that are unable to do any more. But I shall show you whom you should fear. Fear the one after killing possesses authority to cast into Gehenna. Gehenna. That's hell or Sheol. Yes, I say to you, fear him. Hosea 4:1-6. Hear the word of Yahuwah, your children of Israel, for Yahuwah has a case against the inhabitants of the land. For there is no truth or loving commitment or knowledge of Elohim in the land. Swearing and lying and murdering and stealing and committing adultery have increased, and bloodshed follows bloodshed. Therefore the land mourns, and everyone living there languishes, with the beasts of the field and the birds of the heavens, and the fish of the sea are taken away. However, let no one strive or reprove another, for you people are like those striving with a priest. And you shall stumble in the day, and the prophet shall also stumble with you in the night. And I shall make your mother perish. My people have perished for lack of knowledge. Because you have rejected knowledge, I reject you from being priest for me. Since you have forgotten the Torah of your Elohim, I also forget your children. We are all called to be priests of the Most High if we are a follower of the Messiah. Genesis 12:3. And I shall bless those who bless you, and curse him who curses you. And in you all the clans of the earth shall be blessed. Yahuwah is speaking to Abram here before he changes his name to Abraham, the father of many nations. Yahuwah is declaring that to curse his children, the descendants of Abraham, a curse be cast in reflection upon those who do the initial cursing. Exodus 34:7. Watching over loving commitment for thousands, forgiving crookedness and transgressions and sin, but by no means leaving unpunished, visiting the crookedness of the fathers upon the children and the children's children to the third and the fourth generation. Deuteronomy 7:9-16. And you shall know that Yahuwah your Elohim, he is Elohim, the trustworthy El, guarding covenant and loving commitment for 1,000 generations with those who love him and those who guard his commands, but repaying those who hate him to their face, to destroy them. He does not delay to do so with him who hates him. He repays him to his face, and you shall guard the command and the laws and the right rulings which I command you today to do them. And it shall be, before you hear these right rulings, and shall guard and do them, that Yahuwah your Elohim shall guard with you the covenant and the loving commitment which he swore to your fathers, and shall love you and bless you and increase you, and shall bless the fruit of your womb and the fruit of your land, your grain and your new wine and your oil, the increase of your cattle and the offspring of your flock, in the land of which he swore to you, your fathers to give you. Blessed are you above all peoples. There is not going to be a barren man or a barren woman among you or among your livestock. And Yahuwah shall turn away from you all sickness and put on you none of the evil diseases of Mizraim, which is Egypt, the symbolic place of captivity, slavery, and sin, which you have known, but he shall put them on all those who hate you. And you shall consume all the peoples whom Yahuwah your Elohim is delivering over to you. Your eye shall not pardon them, and do not serve their mighty ones, for that is a snare to you. Hosea 4:7-19. As they were increased, so they sinned against me. My esteem they have changed into shame. They eat the sin of my people, and lift up their desire to their crookedness. And it shall be, like people, like priest. And I shall punish them for their ways, and reward them for their deeds. And they shall eat, but not be satisfied. They shall whore, but not increase. For they have stopped obeying. They have stopped obeying Yahuwah. Whoring and wine and new wine enslave the heart. My people ask from their wood, and their staff declares to them. For a spirit of whorings has led them astray, and they went whoring from under their Elohim. They slaughter on the mountain tops and burn incense on the hills under oak and poplars and terebinth, because its shade is good. Therefore your daughters commit whoring, and your brides commit adultery. I would not punish your daughters when they commit whoring, nor your brides when they commit adultery, for the men themselves go aside with whores, and slaughter with cult prostitutes. A people that do not understand are thrust down. Though you are a whore, Israel, let not Yehuda become guilty. Do not come up to Gilgal, nor go out to Beth Awen, nor swear an oath, saying, As Yahuwah lives. For Israel is stubborn, like a stubborn calf. Would Yahuwah now feed them like a lamb in a broad place? Ephraim is joined to idols, let him alone. Their drink is sour, they have whored continually. Her rulers wildly loved shame. A wind has bound her up in its wings, and they are ashamed because of their slaughterings. Revelation 2, 9 through 11. I know your works and pressure and poverty, yet you are rich, and the blasphemy of those who say they are Yehudim, which is the Jews, are not, but are a congregation of Satan. Do not be afraid of what you are about to suffer. See, the devil is about to throw some of you into prison in order to try you, and you shall have pressure 10 days. Be trustworthy until death, and I shall give you the crown of life. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the assemblies. He who overcomes shall by no means be harmed by the second death. Matthew 24, 4 through 51. And Yahusha answering said to them, Take heed that no one leads you astray, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am the Messiah, and they shall lead many astray. And you shall begin to hear of fightings and reports of fightings, wars and rumors of wars. See that you are not troubled, for these have to take place, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and reign against reign, and there shall be scarcities of food, and deadly diseases, and earthquakes in places. And all these are the beginning of birth pains. Then they shall deliver you up to affliction and kill you, and you shall be hated by all nations for my name's sake. And then many shall stumble, and they shall deliver up one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise up and lead many astray. And because of the increase in lawlessness, the love of many shall become cold. But he who shall have endured to the end shall be saved. And this good news of the reign shall be proclaimed in all the world as a witness to all the nations. And then the end shall come. So when you see the abomination that lays waste, spoken of by Daniel the prophet, set up in the set-apart place, he who reads, let him understand. Then let those who are in Yehuda flee to the mountains. Let him who is on the housetop not come down to take whatever out of his house. And let him who is in the field not turn back to get his garments. And woe to those who are pregnant and to those who are nursing children in those days. And pray that your flight does not take place in winter or on the Sabbath. For then there shall be great distress, such as has not been since the beginning of the world until this time, no, nor ever shall be. And if those days were not shortened, no flesh would be saved. But for the sake of the chosen ones, those days shall be shortened. If anyone then says to you, Look, here is the Messiah, or there, do not believe. For false messiahs and false prophets shall arise, and they shall show great signs and wonders, so as to lead astray, if possible, even the chosen ones. See, I have forewarned you. So if they say to you, look, he is in the desert, do not go out. Or look, he is in the inner rooms, do not believe. I implore you all to do some research on Project Bluebeam. It's a technology used to project holograms into the sky. The enemy will use this tool to fool millions with fake alien invasions and a false rapture depicting images of angels and demons fighting in the clouds, people being brought up into the sky, and images of the false Messiah. You have no idea the tricks and lies they will unfold before you. The technology we see in society today is generally 10 to 20 years behind what they actually have available, and in certain cases, vastly superior to what we see now. The Rothschilds, being one of the original 15 names of the Illuminati families, which means Red Shield, is an ancient name and goes all the way back to the Templars and further. They are responsible for the Crusades and have an heir in their family who looks exactly like the false blasphemous image of Jesus Christ, hanging in all the Roman Catholic churches and homes. This image and likeness is of the Roman Emperor Julius Caesar, JC. Give unto Caesar what is Caesar's. Mark 12:17. It's all there, folks. We just have to put the pieces of the puzzle that they've worked so hard to obscure back together. Don't be fooled as the masses will. Jumping back in at verse 27. For as the lightning comes from the east and shines to the west, so also shall the coming of the Son of Adam be. For wherever the dead body is, there the vultures shall be gathered together. And immediately after the distress of those days, the sun shall be darkened, and the moon shall not give its light, and the stars shall fall from the heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And then the sign of the Son of Adam shall appear in the heaven, and then all the tribes of the earth shall mourn. And they shall see the Son of Adam coming on the clouds of the heaven with power and much esteem. We will all see him. We will all know. And he shall send his messengers with a great sound of a trumpet. And they shall gather together his chosen ones from the four winds, from the end of the heavens to the other. And learn this parable from the fig tree. When its branch has already become tender and puts forth leaves, you know that the summer is near. So you also, when you see all these, know that he is near at the doors. Truly, I say to you, this generation shall by no means pass away until all this takes place. We, as followers of the Almighty Yahuwah and believers of the death and resurrection of his Son, have the power to overturn and overcome the enemy. They play their cards on the table with full intent for the card to land, to have its full effect, as in the case of the Illuminati card game that predicted 9/11, Donald Trump, the Fauci fungus, and the Capitol building riots. They are diligently working to bring about a new world order where they have complete and utter control over humankind. Just read 1984 and Fahrenheit 451, and it's evident what their goals are. However, it is our trust, our belief, our faith, our prayer, and our fasting that trumps their cards and changes their desired effect. Make no mistake, however, they have backup plans for backup plans for backup plans. They've been at this for a very, very, very long time. Nothing new under the sun. So all must happen before the Messiah comes back is what this is saying. Just because something has happened once doesn't mean it can't happen again and again and again and again and then be prevented from progressing further. We can stop the progress of the enemy through the gifts granted to us, as mentioned just moments ago by the Most High. Back in at verse 35. The heaven and the earth shall pass away, but my words shall by no means pass away. But concerning that day and the hour no one knows, not even the messengers of the heavens, but my Father only. And as the days of Noah, so also shall the coming of the Son of Adam be. For as they were in the days before the flood, eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark. And they did not know until the flood came and took them all away. So also shall the coming of the Son of Adam be. Then two shall be in the field, and one is taken, and the one is left. Two women shall be grinding at the mill, one is taken, and one is left. Watch, therefore, for you do not know what hour your master is coming. And know this, that if the master of the house had known what hour the thief would come, he would have watched and not allowed his house to be broken into. Because of this, be ready too, for the Son of Adam is coming at an hour when you do not expect him. Who then is a trustworthy and wise servant, whom his master set over his household, to give them food in season? Blessed is that servant, whom his master, having come, shall find so doing. Truly I say to you that he shall set him over all his possessions. But if that evil servant says in his heart, my master is delaying his coming, and begins to beat his fellow servants and to eat and drink with the drunkards, the master of that servant shall come on a day when he does not expect it, and at an hour he does not know, and shall cut him in two, and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. John 10:10. The thief does not come except to steal and to slaughter and to destroy. I have come that they might possess life, and that they might possess it beyond measure. Romans 1:18-19. For the wrath of Elohim is revealed from the heaven against all wickedness and unrighteousness of men who suppress the truth in unrighteousness, because that which is known of Elohim is manifest among them, for Elohim has manifested it to them. Matthew 13:9-16. He who has ears to hear, let him hear. And the taught ones came and said to him, why do you speak to them in parables? And he answering said to them, because it has been given to you to know the secrets of the reign of the heavens, but to them it has not been given. For whoever possesses, to him more shall be given, and he shall have overflowingly. But whoever does not possess, even what he possesses shall be taken away from him. Because of this I speak to them in parables, because seeing they do not see, and hearing they do not hear, nor do they understand. And in them the prophecy of Yeshayahu, which is Isaiah, is completely filled, which says, hearing you shall hear, and by no means understand. And seeing you shall see, and by no means perceive. For the heart of this people has become thickened, and their ears are hard of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest they should see with their eyes and hear with their ears, lest they should understand with their heart and turn back, and I heal them. And blessed are your eyes because they see, and your ears because they hear. 1 Corinthians 12:3. Therefore I make known to you that no one speaking by the Spirit of Elohim says Yahusha is a curse, and no one is able to say that Yahusha is master except by the set apart Spirit. 2 Corinthians 4:3-4. And indeed, if our good news has been veiled, it has been veiled in those who are perishing, in whom the mighty one of this age, that's the enemy, the adversary, the great dragon, the one known as the devil and Satan, has blinded the minds of the unbelieving, so that the enlightening of the good news of the esteem of Messiah, who is the likeness of Elohim, does not shine on them. Revelation 22:11-15. He who does wrong, let him do more wrong. He who is filthy, let him be more filthy. He who is righteous, let him be more righteous. He who is set apart, let him be more set apart. And see, I am coming speedily, and my reward is with me, to give to each according to his work. I am the Aleph and the Tav, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. Blessed are those doing his commands, so that the authority shall be theirs unto the tree of life, and to enter through the gates into the city. But outside are the dogs, and those who enchant with drugs, and those who whore, and the murderers, and the idolaters, and all who love and do falsehood. Well, that concludes what I have for you all today. I certainly hope this has been enlightening and has served to expound upon some of the key warnings in the good book and why they are so important. Please comment below with any questions, quandaries, qualms, or even quarrels that you may have about this teaching. But please, don't just take my word for it, but get into the word of Yah for yourselves. It's truly the best way to confound the enemy and keep yourselves safe in the coming days. If the Holy Spirit leads you to, please like, subscribe, and if you know someone who could benefit from this teaching, hit that share button to spread the message of the word of the Almighty. All glory to the Most High. Love you all, and may the blessings of Elohim be upon you. Amen.